Welcome everybody, my name is Michael and today we're discussing about how the vast majority of you will not become rich with just $1,000 invested into any cryptocurrency. That includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, EOS, whatever you're thinking will be the next 100x altcoin. That too, many DeFi projects, basically anything any YouTuber promotes. There is a very slim chance that it does indeed do 100x, and even if so, that does not make you rich. And all these titles that are claiming, oh my god, just invest $1,000 into Ethereum and you're going to be very rich, you're going to be a millionaire, you're going to be this if you invest into one of the top 50 coins, one of the top 500 coins, right? And you have plenty of crap coins within that list, but still there's been so many titles, and if I can find some I'm gonna post them here, that it is frankly quite annoying for a YouTuber like myself. I understand where they're coming from, being someone who used to believe that yes, if I invest just $1,000 into something I'm gonna be rich. I just have to huddle on, and that's how I lost a fair amount of money, because I had so many altcoins that I was just investing in 2018, and I thought, well, we just have to get through this dip and buy more during the dip and hodl on. And no, 90 to 95% of these projects are worthless. They might be worth something right now, but that's just mainly speculation, and as soon as the hype dies down, you're going to be left with only a few valuable projects. And the easiest tokens, if you're brand new, or is just Bitcoin, Ethereum, and whatever's in the top 5, maybe a little bit of BNB, maybe a little bit of Polkadot, maybe a little bit of Litecoin. Who knows? If you're just getting brand new into this, you shouldn't be expecting that you're going to become rich, because that's the number one way you're going to lose money. You're going to panic. You're not going to be in control of the situation. You're going to freak out. And let me tell you, let's just do the basic math. Let's put in $1,000 into a project that actually does do 100x. Let's get out the calculators, because it's going to simplify everything. So there's a difference between percentages increasing and decreasing and just a percentage calculator. So you better take $1,000, input that into a percentage increase calculator. There's plenty of those online, because the numbers will be a little bit different. For example, if a percentage increases and then decreases by 50% and 50% both ways, it's not going to return back to normal. No. You're going to get 75% value. If you put in $100 and you do 10x, that's $1,000. $100 increased by 1,000% is not $1,000. It's $1,100. So it's a little bit funky, but as soon as you get into it, you realize, all right, so $1,000. When you say 100x, that makes it sound a little bit more attainable. When you think about it in terms of percentages, why do we need to care about this? It's because every single time you go on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko or any of these tracking websites that you use, every single day it's going to post the top earners, the top losers, and what the percentage difference is. And sometimes you see some crazy wacky numbers like minus 100%, or it goes up 300% over the past 7 days, or it goes up 60% today. And then you have to make sense of it. And as soon as you start using these calculators, you realize, holy moly, if I put $1,000, not even talking about millions, but $1,000 to get up to $100,000, 100x, what a lot of these YouTubers are saying, that's a crazy percentage right there. You take $1,000, you increase it by 9,900%, and you get $100,000. So 9,900% is insane to think about, because you look at the top earners for the past 7 days, and sure, some of these projects take a few months, but these YouTubers make it seem like, oh yeah, it's going to be an overnight success, and nothing without plentiful research and a lot of money to back it up is going to make you rich, because the days of just getting lucky, throwing your money into any projects using the shotgun approach and just hopefully you hit a few golden tickets, the rest, whatever, they're gonna bring you down, but those golden tickets will still make you $1 million profit. Those days are largely over, unless you are an expert, you have a lot of expertise, you do a lot of research, you know what you're looking into, whether it comes to NFTs, whether it comes to DeFi, or any new cryptocurrency projects or ICOs back in 2017 and 18. The big winners are usually the first wave, the people who come on board as soon as DeFi came out, as soon as NFTs came out, as soon as ICOs were all the rage, or the people who were aka selling the shovels, the manufacturers, the resellers, in this case, in terms of cryptocurrency, the people who are making the projects, the developers, and the teams behind these companies, they were really making money, and they were the second wave. And everybody else was making a little bit of money here and there, but nothing too crazy, right? It's not life-changing amounts of money. And if you think $100,000 is life-changing, maybe it is. Maybe you live in Cambodia. That's okay. But 50% of my viewers are from America, and I know 50% of the viewers for most of these YouTube channels are from America or from the UK. And $100,000 won't even get you a house. It's going to be a pretty good darn size down payment for a house, but you factor in inflation, taxes, and all of this, and $100,000 is nothing. So you get to $1 million. But $1 million, it's the first step to getting you rich. You're not going to retire and live out the rest of your days with $1 million, because it's going to evaporate within the next 5 to 10 years if you're living as you would normally. You're going to have to still keep investing that $1 million, right? Using the 4% withdrawal rule, if you invested that $1 million afterwards into index funds, into low-risk investments that are most likely going to continue producing some money even during recessions over the next few decades, then using the 4% rule, you can live comfortably withdrawing less than $40,000 and hopefully living on $20,000, $30,000 per year. But most Americans aren't going to be able to do that. So if you move abroad, that's perfectly fine. But this is already also akin to winning the lottery, basically. Sure, you have better chances. The lottery is basically impossible to win. You know, the big lotto, the $300 million cash prize, all that stuff. Well, sure, if you do your research, you increase your chances of maybe your $1,000 getting up to $10,000. That's a lot more reasonable. But you just as surely can also lose that $1,000 and go down to $500, $400, $200 just as quickly. It's very, very easy for newbies to throw money into any project that they want. They don't realize, hey, you know, all these percentages. Think of how many days your project would have to be constantly going up and up and up. It would have to be the top gainer on CoinMarketCap for weeks on end. When's the last time you saw a project that has gone up 9,000%? It hasn't happened recently. And the projects that have gone up incredibly over 1,000%, in 9 out of 10 of these cases, they are pumps. During the bull market, you're able to make a lot of money, but the bulk majority of the money is made right before the bull market starts. So how can you make money? You can prepare for the next bull market cycle and hopefully, you know, still lock in those gains. But think of trying to become rich with Bitcoin. How much would Bitcoin have to double? How many times would Bitcoin have to double or triple or quadruple in value for you to become rich? Or how many dollars would you have to put in there? It's not going to be $1,000. It's not going to be $10,000. Even if you put in $100,000 and you bought Bitcoin at $40,000 and Bitcoin goes up to $80,000, so what? You made $100,000. You doubled your money. You have $200,000. That's not rich. You have to have a sizable investment, which most Americans don't have. I mean, without credit cards and bank accounts and mortgages, it's impossible. Many Americans don't even have a few $100s to spare, as we saw during the pandemic last year. So if you put in $100,000 into Bitcoin when Bitcoin was at $10,000 a piece, and it went up from $10,000 to $50,000, or let's say even $60,000. Right now we're at $57,000, $58,000. It did hit $62,000. From $10,000 to $60,000, you put in $100,000 worth of Bitcoin, you could sell for $600,000. But then you come into taxes, you come into withdrawal fees, you come into these transaction fees. You're not going to sell $600,000 all at once. That would be silly, so you have to do it in waves. Well, taxes is going to take 20, 30% of that money. So back to the drawing board. How much money would you have to make? You would have to be earning a 6-figure salary and already have 6 figures saved up to put in hundreds of thousands of dollars into Bitcoin and hopefully make it within the next few years to $1 million after taxes. Sure, Bitcoin, maybe it'll hit $100,000, maybe it'll hit $200,000, maybe it hits $300,000. You invest right now at $50,000 and it goes up to $300,000. It went up 6x. That's fantastic. Well, again, you put in $10,000, that's $60,000. You put in $100,000, that's $600,000. Taxes take up a large portion. You're not a millionaire. You're not rich. So you're going to say, well, you know, Bitcoin's a pretty safe investment. Yeah, I'm not looking to quadruple my money or 10x or 100x. I just want to double my money. That's all right. If you want to double your money, there's a pretty decent darn chance of that happening. So you invest in at $50,000, maybe it hits $100,000. You put in a few $1,000s, great. You cash out, you wait for the next bull run, and you're slowly able to move that money up. Maybe if you look at it from a 10 to 20 to 30 year perspective, yes, you can turn that into $100,000 and possibly into $1 million if you put in tens of thousands of dollars. But there is a little bit of opportunity cost. It depends on what you're investing in. Obviously, I think cryptocurrency is a good investment, but it's not something that's going to make you rich. If you invest in altcoin projects, there is a chance that you might strike it on a 10x or 20x or 50x deal, but usually those are found during bear markets where nobody else wants to invest. You're an early investor, and suddenly if you invest in enough of these projects, you're going to be fine. But what the YouTubers don't tell you is for every $1,000 project that they've invested in, there was a few that they lost. And many of these YouTubers have portfolios over $1 million. Most of the viewers have just a few $1,000s possibly ready to invest into cryptocurrency. So if the YouTubers are investing $50,000 into 50 different projects, and one is that, oh my God, we struck it rich, and by the way, their entire career is around cryptocurrency, maybe they're developers, their entire life is focusing on cryptocurrency, so they're doing the research behind some of these projects, then yes, one of those 50 chances might actually hit, possibly even 100x. But those 49 other projects, there's been so many cases where YouTubers have been wrong and they've lost $1,000 here, they lost $1,000 there, they lost $1,000 there. They're not going to tell you every single time they lost the money. There's also another problem that these YouTubers don't tell you. Some of these projects that really do go up, let's say 9,000%, are so small that even a $5,000 sale can suddenly drop the price drastically because they're so small. They're like penny stocks. These little crappy altcoin projects that aren't even listed on many popular exchanges, suddenly you run into problems. You can't sell everything. You can maybe sell a little bit, but before you get enough volume in the markets, you realize, oh my goodness, I'm illiquid. There's not enough liquidity. So you have to wait, and the price drops and it drops and it drops and it drops because everybody else who made 9,000%, they also want to sell. So what's the real way to become rich? Have a pretty good job already. So you're investing into a 401k, you're paying off your taxes, you're investing into a Roth IRA, you're investing into cryptocurrency, you're investing tens of thousands of dollars per year. Doing dollar cost averaging, mainly your portfolio is Bitcoin, Ethereum, the top 5 to top 10 cryptocurrencies, and you're doing pretty well. And then when the opportunity strikes, when you do a lot of research, maybe in a bear market, sometimes even in a bull market, there's that rare opportunity to invest in a cryptocurrency project or potentially even an NFT that suddenly goes up 100x. You make a lot of money, and then you're able to invest in other projects and you're reinvesting. But in order to become rich, this process takes years for many people, which still is a very fast pace. And for others, it takes decades of patience, of hard work, of research, of investments that do fail, and you're learning from these failed investments. So if you're new to cryptocurrency or if you're old, trust me, a lot of these YouTubers are already rich. And they're rich off of pump and dumps. They're pumping the own coins that they're protecting. That's why the thumbnails are like, oh my God, I made 100x. Because they want to lure everybody else in. So they're already holding these coins. They want to dump on you. That's one way they make money. Another big way is sponsorship. Some people get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to promote one video. You don't believe me? I used to be part of it too. And it is a normal thing to be an influencer, to be paid for projects. Recently, I made probably like $300, $400 from posting another video on my channel. But the good thing was we also gave away around $600, $700 to one lucky winner, and a second lucky winner, he's going to get a small little present from me. So I actually gave away more money than I earned. Now, this isn't going to be the case every single time, and my rates are very low for the other channel because it used to be high, and still my channel was very small, 15,000 to 18,000 subscribers, and sometimes we had promotions that were paying $5,000. So you think a channel with 500,000 subscribers isn't getting paid more than $100,000 if they were already getting paid $100,000 at 100,000 subscribers or 200,000 subscribers? The arena is changing. These cryptocurrency companies have a lot of money, and many of these cryptocurrency YouTubers, yes, they are successful. Yes, some of their investments went well, but the bulk majority of their money probably comes from company sponsorships, which if they have so many companies that they're sponsored by, Their portfolio list grows to like 100 altcoins. Some of these altcoins they might want to pump. The token increases in value. Their own channel increases in value because they're constantly getting more and more and more viewers and money. They're reinvesting. It's not hard to go from $1,000 to $1 million if you're a YouTuber with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. There are some YouTubers out there and high-class influencers that are investors and they do a lot of research and they're day traders and maybe they used to be stockbrokers. They have a degree in economics, they're studying. Sure, but the bulk majority of these guys are entertainers. I'm not hiding the fact that I'm an entertainer. I'm just a normal guy. I made a fair bit of money with cryptocurrency. I lost that fair bit of money because I had no idea what I was doing with trading. And most of that money was an income. It wasn't earned through trading. I got lucky that it still continued to grow. Most of that income was from sponsorship, so I'm also part of that. It's not a bad thing, but it's just something to think about because a lot of people may not fully understand the scope of this. And they see, holy moly, some of these guys have $1 million, $10 million portfolios, $2 million. They're spending $500,000 here. They just bought a brand new Lamborghini. That's all great and all, but most of that isn't from trading. There are a few YouTubers who are very, very good traders, but they also sell courses, and hundreds of thousands of dollars might be made from those courses, and there's nothing bad with that. A lot of these YouTubers do admit in some way that, yes, I do get sponsored, yes, I do this, but not every single one. I'm not going to be pointing any names, but you know who you are. I admit I used to make videos like those myself because they get lots of views, and if I wanted to, I could probably grow this channel very quickly again. But you know what? I'd rather stay in it for the long-term game. I'm not in it to make money quickly. I don't care about that anymore. Greed did get to me, and greed will get to a lot of these people who just want to make money very quickly, and they're constantly spending it, and they're flying business class on Emirates. Just bought 5 new brand cars. Some of these YouTubers might be poor in a few years, and that's all right. I don't wish anybody bad, and that's why I also don't want anybody to be investing $1,000 into a project that you really don't have a clue about. Set more realistic expectations for yourself. Bitcoin, Ethereum, cryptocurrency is a great way to make money, but you're probably not going to become a millionaire by doing that. So what can you do? Get a great job, invest as much of your salary as you can, be patient, and expect possibly your money to grow 5 to 10%, and if it does double, be very happy about that and continue dollar cost averaging. Maybe find a second part-time job or part-time gig or create your own company if you're not making enough money in your 9 to 5. So you're working on the weekends, maybe you become a YouTuber, maybe you become an Uber driver. You know, just get a little bit of pizza money and that grows. The number one thing to become rich, increase your income, because then you're able to increase your investments, decrease your liabilities. Don't be spending too much money. You're going to be fine. It's always good to retire at 60, 50 years old with a lot of money. Just look at the statistics. Many people aren't going to be able to retire at 30 years old. And these YouTubers that are rich, I promise you, not every single one of them is rich from trading. Probably the bulk majority of them aren't from that. Did they make money from trading? Yes, they did. But that's probably one of their multiple income sources. So you also have to think like these guys do. So that's today's video. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, have a great rest of your day. I, unfortunately, am not having a great day because my tinnitus sucks, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm excited to move back to the States pretty soon, get a job. I want to have some distractions, make some money, and invest myself. I've learned many lessons over these past few years. They've been pretty tough. You know, I don't mean to hate on any YouTubers. I did exactly what everybody else would do. I wanted to follow the crowd. Everybody's following the crowd. It's a bandwagon mentality. One person is getting sponsored, so everybody wants to get sponsored. You see a lot of money coming in. You're kind of silly with the money. That's okay. That's just the way the game works. If you really want to strike it rich, become the developer or become the investor, the day trader who really knows what they're doing. Maybe go to university, maybe take some courses, maybe change your career path. And also, you know, your interest with cryptocurrency will always follow. So if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for 740 subscribers. We had a glitch recently where YouTube was not showing the full amount of subscribers, but that's all right. We're approaching channel monetization. Woohoo! I'm going to have some pizza money. And that's that. Leave a like, comment down your opinion below, and enjoy. Have a great one. Bye.